welcome back to the RC barn. I got some time off of work here, so you're probably gonna see some hopefully some pretty decent recent or daily, weekly uploads coming up. So today I've been messing around trying to get. I don't know if you guys have seen it in the background or not. I haven't done I built this plane way before YouTube started, and it has continued to be a pain in my butt. So, anyways, my Pika Spitfire, it's a 89-inch wingspan Spitfire that I recovered in sick coverall and painted. It's got all new servos in it, high tech, high voltage servos in it, and a Moki 210 in the nose that I bought secondhand. Now, I bought this engine, I think, several years ago. I'm trying to remember even where I picked it up at. I don't know. So, anyways, tried to fire it up today. This thing would not pop, would not fire. Tried to pull every trick in my sleeve that I know about these engines. These engines are usually fairly reliable, but this thing just would not run. I tried flushing it out. I tried flushing the needle valve out. I could get it to pop, bang a couple of times, but that was about it. So I am going to do an engine teardown here. Now, I'm not known for being a engine channel or whatnot, but I do tinker with them. I was a mechanic for several years, so I do have some mechanical abilities. And so anyways, I got the engine off of, so that's what this video is going to be, is just tearing this down. Let's see if we can figure out what's wrong with it. And then probably going to have to order some parts. Time will tell. And so I'll get you down in here and show you what I got going on. So if anybody's unfamiliar with these engines, they're not as popular as they once used to be. Get you over here, get you centered here a little bit. So anyways, a little bit of backstory on these engines. These were very popular before the gas craze, as you will, DLs, and these are, so they had a 180 and a 210 that I have several of both. I actually got a 210 in my Byron Christian Eagle. These are like a 50-ish cc power plant. The problem with them nowadays is they're just so light. Planes are made for heavier engines. So anyways, they do consume FAI fuel at 0% nitro, 80% methanol, 20% oils. All these things run. I usually use an OSF plug in them. They also require a large diameter fuel line to go to them, all the way from the tank out here. So for fuel system, I do run regular fuel line on everything else, but on the feed line, I run the large, I can't remember, Dubro sells this large fuel line, 532 if I remember right. I swap out the fuel line in the tank, the copper line, for larger diameter fuel line in there, and then you drill the clunk out and then put large fuel line, like I said, all the way from front to back, because these things do eat a lot of fuel. I know a lot of guys are going to say, I just put a DLE 50 in it, or a 55 or something like that. Yeah, but I don't fly these that often. The fuel, since I make my own fuel, I can make it relatively cheap, about $15 to $18 a gallon. And a gallon would last me probably one day at the airfield. But when I'm flying my big engines, I limit my flight time to 5 to 8 minute flight times. And I don't fly them every weekend. So to me, the extra cost is well worth the gain in performance that I get over a gas engine. So anyways, let's tear into this thing. I got some tools out right now. I need to go get a pair of pliers, I think, to get this back plate off. Sorry about that. Now this was a pumped engine. That's what this is for back here. This is crankcase pressure, would have went to a fuel pump. I've never found much of a reason to have pumped on these engines. Well, look at the crap coming out of that. So I think we're probably going to be looking at a thorough cleaning and maybe bearings. My daughter just came in here to tell me that it's time to eat.
Well, it's not right. It's almost.
So let me get this head off. I'll pause the video, go eat.
Well, it's almost.
What's that?
It's almost.
It's almost done? Okay.
Yeah.
You can say hi to the camera because you're the videographer of... See, if you watch any of my flying videos, 90% of the time this is Annabelle doing the filming. There you go. Say hi.
Hi!
There you go. Don't drop nothing.
Well, your place is a mess. Oh, slipper's ready. Okay.
So, I'll be in a minute.
Okay.
And yes, this is staying in the video.
Your place, I don't care. Your place is a mess.
Yes.
Big
Maybe
mess.
you can come out later and help me clean it, huh?
Yeah.
Trying to hurry up here so I can at least get this part of it taken apart. Okay. They come apart real nice. Oh yeah. I don't know if you see that. All of them. Come on, camera, focus. There's a, kind of hard to tell, but there's a lot of gunk in there. Yeah. I think we're looking at some new bearings. Anyways, I'm going to pause it. I'll bring it back. Alright, so the next thing we got to do is pull the sleeve out. You do that before you pull the piston out. And you also want to make notation of the direction it's going because there's several, I don't know if you can see them down into the ports. You can kind of see them down there towards the bottom there. The thing that I do is before I even start thinking about pulling the sleeve is I note the direction of it. Now if you'll notice on this motor there's a little notch right there and it's pointing right towards the exhaust port, so we'll have to remember that. And sometimes what I'll even do is like, now OS they'll have like a rock pin in here that it'll only fit one way, but like on a 4-stroke it doesn't matter because there's no pins. But I'll just make a little mark there. Probably can't hardly see it. Make a shiny spot. The other thing is you don't want to come in here and force things, grab things with pliers if you can help it. So what I'll do is in the bottom here, if I go back to top dead center, you can see the sleeve down in there. And I'll try to get it moving with a little bit of a pop with the hammer and see if that moved it. anyways, I'm gonna let that cool off for a little bit because it keeps burning my damn hands. So let's see if we can get these loose. I probably need to pop that off. I just need to let this whole thing cool off a bit. Duh. Check that out. Nice little ring on there. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a bit. Usually these things just slide right out. Anyways, I'm gonna have to get a little mad at this thing, so I'll be right back. Alright, got a little angry with it, got it out. Yeah, I broke a fin off. Don't matter to me really. Next thing I'm going to do is, you know, the notch that I pointed out earlier there, I'm going to mark what side the connecting rod goes on with that mark. So that way when I put this thing back together, I am getting it back in the same damn spot. So let's see what we got going on in here. Because I might have to, this engine's going to get thoroughly cleaned. There we go. So, got a couple nicks from beating on it. That's what's holding it up. See all the caster down in there? That's what happens when you run caster, and that is what you have to. That doesn't. I don't feel any. Feel a little burr there, not much. That's pretty bad there. This thing almost needs a new piston, but more importantly, this ring is completely. It should move pretty freely in here, and it's not. So that ring is completely gummed up with caster. I can get part of it to move. I guess I shouldn't have trimmed my fingernails this morning. So I can get part of it to come out. That side was definitely stuck. See if I can get this all without breaking it. Probably not a very wise thing to do to pull it. There we go. Yeah, see all the caster build up in there? So that's got to get a bath. Bushing looks alright. That's your bronze bushing in the bottom. You don't want to see any weird marks in there or anything. I need to get this off, so I think I got, yep, my puller's right there. I don't know if I can get on it or not. We'll try. Oh, there went the wing. It usually doesn't take much. Okay, next step is to remove the crank. And what I'm going to do there is get my piece of wood. Put that over the snout of it. Remove it. No. Okay. Need to try to keep the edge on my table. Not boy, talk about nasty. And a little bit you can see there. Let me see if I can get this carb off. Almost looks like somebody loves it. What?
Rain.
Oh, it's raining?
Can't shut the door.
There it went. Oh, and there was a crank. Boy, that's a big crank.
Wow.
I just took it over to my vise. I know you heard it, didn't see it. And I just popped the 2x4 on there and I gave her a good couple whacks. And out she comes. I mean, look at all that. God, this motor's been sitting around for a very, very long time. That's what was holding us up, was the collar for that. So not a big deal. Next thing we get to do is we get the torch out. I'll point you over. Actually, why don't you grab the camera? So next part is the fun part, getting the bearings out. Now these might clean up okay. I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to go ahead and pull them out. This one definitely got some grub in it. So let's go ahead and I'll just order some new bearings. This will be part 1 to 2. So anyways, we'll take the torch and the screwdriver I think is already over there, and the hammer. And then I need a lighter. There it is. I'll take this over here. And I'll put a little bit of light tension on the vise just so it doesn't go anywhere. We're just going to start working it back and forth in here. This will get extremely warm. Yeah. Okay. Caught excess oil on fire. Grab you a nice healthy rag, and ideally those things usually fall right out. I knew this engine was going to fight me. Not a lot of heat. See if we can get this. I keep working on this carburetor. I need to get it off before I start melting O-rings. I don't want to tighten down too much. See if we can't. Wow. Excuse me. Yeah, that's what I thought. Just trying to move. Whew. It moved a little bit. I think it was about ready to come out. Let's turn it around. Usually when I do this, once you get it hot enough, that that aluminum expands, and it will literally just fall right out. I mean, you'd be here and go clunk. Like I said, this is usually fun. You know what? Hot. Put it down, dummy. Okay, so you can see in here all the gunk, and all that is just castor oil. I mean, it's from sitting for years and years and years. I mean, like I said, I have never ran this engine, and I do believe I bought it 3 or 4 years ago, so it's been sitting for a long time under me, and this is what goes bad. Now, we can throw this and clean it and see what it looks like afterwards and feel it, but bearings are cheap. Replacement item that you can get I get mine from Boca. So anyways, while this is still hot, we'll tighten the vise up a little bit here. That looks about right. Hot. This should just, I mean, it's already falling out because it's so warm. Yeah. Let's see. Be too tight? A little bit. There we go. Yeah, be careful. Now the other thing you might get, and we can go over this some more when we get the new ones, but again, you can see the crud, the rust. I mean, this guy obviously flew this engine a lot. This thing is still extremely hot. Flew this a lot and put it away wet. I mean, what I mean by that, probably full of fuel. Never ran after run oil in his life, and this is why right here. This is why you run after an oil. Even if you just throw a couple of drops of transmission fluid in it, it's, you know, get the caster out of it, lubricate things. So, and then we wouldn't be here right now. But anyways, as far as the rest of this engine goes, I'll have to get online and order some bearings. Ooh. And then once this cools down, go that way. You don't have to follow me. Okay, so that's hot. We're going to let that cool off and I'll keep working. I will get that carburetor off of there. I guarantee you that. I'm not sure why it's so stuck. It's too hot to handle now. But we're going to throw this in a crock pot. We'll clean it all up. What I mean by that is the crock pot. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. That's what that thing over there is for down there. Crock pot on the floor. Yep. That. It's full of antifreeze. Use the antifreeze. Use green antifreeze. Works best. That stuff doesn't work too bad. But I will throw that in there. Let that sit for probably the rest of the night. Get it out. Brush it down. And it'll be all nice and clean. So anyways, we'll go ahead and end this episode here. I'll get this edited up, and we'll have to order some parts. I'll have to get some Moki bearings for it, a new glow plug, and we'll go through the whole procedure of what you do to get this back together. It's real simple. So next time you see this engine, it'll be nice and clean, and we will have some new parts for it. So anyways, thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. We're almost to the 300 mark. I keep saying that. So, you know, it says in the algorithm that 70-some% of you are not subscribed. So I would appreciate it. It helps out the channel more than you realize. So anyways, we'll talk to you later. Bye.